So what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy of an object moving, so the energy from movement. So our equation is EK equals half times mass times velocity squared. So let's say our ball, which was 1 kg, was falling at a speed of 10 meters per second. We have everything we need now to calculate its kinetic energy. So remember, kinetic energy is calculated in joules, mass is calculated in kilos, and velocity in meters per second. So you can see that we have a mass and we have a velocity. So we can go ahead and calculate this ball's kinetic energy. So typical sort of question would be something like this one. Calculate the energy of a 1 kg ball moving at a speed of 10 meters per second. So let's go ahead and rub out some of this so we've got a little bit more room. Okay, so all we have to do here is, I'll put the pencil on. So EK, kinetic energy, equals half times mass times velocity squared. So the mass is 1 kg, the velocity is 10 meters per second. So EK equals half times 1 kg times 10 squared. Now at this point I'm going to remind you about something that you do in maths from year 9 called bed mass, and that tells you the order of operations. So if you remember, B is for brackets, E is for exponents, D division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Now for what we're doing here, it's the B and the E that are the important ones, because over here you should really put some brackets around your 10. But even if you don't do that, bed mass should tell you that the first thing you do is the exponent. If you've forgotten what an exponent is, it's the small number on top, so the power of, so 10 to the power of 2. Another quick warning is when you see 10 to the power of 2 or anything to the power of 2, don't times it by 2. It's an easy mistake to make. Sometimes you forget, especially if you've not been using it in maths. It means it's times by itself, so it's 10 times 10. So just to say it again, I can't stress how important it is, don't square everything at the end of the equation. Make sure you do this step first, and then you can go ahead and multiply the rest of it. So I'll just say it again, don't forget to do your exponent first, so that's the 100 over here. 10 to the power of 10 is 100, and once you've done that, because bed mass says to do that before you multiply, then you can go ahead and times it by the half times 1 times 100. So if you've got your calculator there, when you see the half, you can simply put a 0.5, a decimal, in your calculator if you don't have the fraction function in your calculator. So 0.5 times 1 times 100, and I'm running a little bit out of room here. So 0.5 times 1 times 100, some of you might have already done that in your head. If you haven't, you can go ahead and use your calculator, and the answer will be 50. 50 watt. So remember, kinetic energy is a form of energy, and like I've said previously, energy is energy. We measure it in joules. Food energy is measured in joules. Kinetic energy is measured in joules. Gravitational potential is measured in joules. And you can just put the J.